the truth about working with Amazon. Working at Amazon. Ah!
Sugar cane, something way sweet like sugar cane. Sugar cane, something way sweet.
So if you didn't, I worked at Amazon for over 2 years. I worked in a warehouse. I saw a lot of stuff that I don't think that you should witness at a place like that. Because there's no union, I feel like they got away with a lot of things. And honestly, that place is probably the most unprofessional company I've ever worked for in my life. Okay, for one, the job is not for the faint-hearted. It's easy, but it's not easy in a sense when you have targets and you have shit to reach, which is, it's a job. You're gonna have targets. But I do think that their targets sometimes were a bit excessive. And if you got like, you'd have 3 warnings, you'd get like a conversation, then you would get like basically like a formal warning, a written formal whatever warning, and then you're on your last warning before you get kicked out. But sometimes they would cut corners around stuff like that, and a lot of people weren't aware that they weren't reaching their targets, or their productivity was low, or their quality was low, and they wouldn't tell you. And then you just literally get the final letter warning, and then before you know it, those people are gone. When I first started, it was horrific. Like, you would see people, then they would go off for a meeting and you'd never see them again. And it's the first place where I saw grown men cry, I saw women crying. They said that there was a report that they did in the metro where they had like undercover person working there, and they were like people were falling asleep in the toilets and all this crazy stuff. But it's the most craziest thing I did is because we had electric pods. So pods will come to you, and you would, if you're a stower, you would stow the item in, scan the item, scan the bin, then do it again. There was a man, and he was wanking in the pod to this girl that was on the other side. And the problem solver at that time told me, Junior, I want you to check if something is legit, because I don't know if it's real. And I went and I saw him in the corner. I was like, oh! So if you don't tell, I'm gonna tell someone. So he went and told someone, and the man only got a warning. And that problem solver was really traumatized, and he ended up leaving. A lot of people don't know that, but he definitely left because it's disgusting. Like, someone is literally sexually abusing somebody without that person even knowing, and he only got a warning for it. And there'll be people that will just be getting sacked left, right and centre for nothing. And this is what I think, because there's so much jobs in that place, and I hated the fact that they never utilised people's talents. Some people might be better at packing, some people might be better at this, some people might be better down in shipping, some people might be better in receive, some people might not be that good in inbound, but some people from receive might be better in inbound. There's so many jobs in that place that they make you work one job, and if you're not good, then you're gone. But like, that might not be your strength. Do you know what I'm trying to say? And then people that are good at their job, they will move to a place that they don't particularly like. There's just bad management. I hated it. I loved a lot of people there that were really amazing, and I will never forget a lot of people that worked there. But it's just, that place, that whole company is a shambles. Honestly, like, they're stingy when it comes to like even like company benefits. Oh my god, it's like 10% off. Fucking hell. And you got a limit, so you can't spend, you can only spend so much before you can even like, before it even makes sense of you using the 10%. You just can't use it anywhere and anyhow. Like, you got a spending limit for it. It's just, honestly, I don't have anything more to say about that place. If you want a job fast, knock yourself out. go for it, but don't look at it as a long-time investment, because the longer you're there, the more depressed you could become. It's really hard to maneuver up and to get certain places within that company if it ain't to do with favoritism and who kind of on who you know basis or who you're sleeping with basis, because there's a lot of things, a lot of shady things that were definitely happening when I was working there, and a lot of people in certain positions, because their partners happen to be managers, and their managers, partners, friends, so it's easy for people to just be put in positions. And imagine, like, because you're going out and you're fucking someone, you're allowed to be in a certain position. It's easy for you to get to that position before this person have a talk with that person. But then when people start complaining, they make an open post for people to have to apply for that position. Do you know how that makes someone feel, knowing that that person had warnings, everything? Oh, when I tell you, that place could bring anybody into a deep depression. Oh my lord. Working for Amazon, terrible. Absolutely terrible. So most things that you read, yes, absolutely true. And it's just, you know what I used to say? I used to say it was a brothel. And just like, it's just a place where people like fuck each other. It's just so much nonsense, so much unprofessionalism goes on in that place, and you would never understand it. It's really, really, really bad. You don't feel, you're overworked, you're undervalued, you don't feel appreciated. I did not feel appreciated, and people around me, close to me, did not either. And you just don't feel valued. And guess what point where you're going to work and you're not happy that you're going to work. You're dreading another day. You're dreading another night going there. You're dreading being there for a certain amount of hours. You know you need money. You know you need to do overtime, but you're dreading it. Like, it just weighs you all the way down. The pressure, unnecessary pressure, the way they put pressure on you is just is inhumane to me. I don't know, I've never understood it until the day I started into the day I left. It's just, the pressure is just, if they're lightened up a bit, if they had more professional people conducting themselves, now they do have a lot more professional people that know what they're doing when I left, so that was a bit better. But it's still just the pressure, like, just they don't like you socializing. They like to make it such an unsociable environment. So many rules, always making up rules left, right and center, like constantly making up shit. Food, just everything, just I got to a point where it was like, okay, I was earning good money, but it wasn't about the money. It wasn't about any of that anymore. It was just for my own sanity. I felt like I was working, and it just didn't amount to anything. Like, I wasn't enjoying where I was. I was dreading going to work. I couldn't stand 98% of the people that were around me. You're hearing so much bitchiness. This one's sleeping with this one. This one's fucking this one. This one is not getting management, but this one's getting management because, oh, she's going out of this one and she's going out of this one. This opportunity. That there's people that have been working there for years. I mean, team leads. Years. And still team leads for the next 6 years. Will probably be team leads for the rest of their life, because there's a lot of people that just aren't valued. They don't value you. There's people that don't have no experience in the industrial sector, so they don't really know how to conduct or how to maneuver themselves correctly, or even experience working in Amazon, and then they just come straight from a degree. And then a lot of people, because of that, feel really like it's like patronizing, like, you telling me what to do and you didn't even have experience working in this environment. I've been here all this time. It's horrible. And they've got this stupid thing called proxy. Oh my god, it's just a way for them to capitalize, maximize their benefits out of you without having to fully pay you what you're entitled to. So proxy is like an acting team lead, and then they have to do all this called step up team lead, step up manager. So they're like, it's like, it's just, I can't even conduct the sentences that I want to conduct, because This place infuriates me with how unfair, how sexist it is, and there's a lot of racism, actually. A lot of racism. A lot. Racism, fucking homophobics, everything you can imagine there. Super, loads of ignorance. It's just crazy. I'm so happy I left. I felt like I was in some sort of, I just didn't feel nice there. And even though you have a permanent job, it feels like people make you feel like your place is easy. It just, you don't have stability. That place is not a stable place. And before you know it, time goes and you're just still there. People come and go, and I don't know. I would say if you ever get a job at Amazon, if you work there, make sure you go there for your purpose of going to earn your money. Do what you have to do with getting your money, your overtime, and get the heck out of there. Don't even think about staying there. Don't even think and listen to them progressing. They have their benefits and stuff, but oh, honestly, seriously, I think if you don't see if you need a job and you're happy with whatever you're doing and you don't really want to do anything more with yourself, or you don't really picture anything really more, amazing, stay there. I'm not even being rude. It's a perfect place for you to stay if that's what you want. But if you see more for yourself, you're a creative person, you have a bigger vision for yourself, it will honestly frustrate you working there. Never go there if you have a bigger purpose for yourself. You're better off going to somewhere like Top Man or Top Shop. I'm being serious. At least like that you can still get a life. It robs you of a life. It robs you, especially when it's peak time and they start doing their compulsory. You have to work 5 days. You're not allowed to take holiday for a certain amount of time. If you take holiday, it gets refused. And all this stuff, like, oh my god. Anyone working at Amazon, if you enjoy it, amazing. If you don't work there. If you do want to, you need a job, then make sure you go there and remember your purpose for being there. Remember the fact that you're going there to get money and then go home. Don't get yourself mixed up in any kerfuffle, especially if you're a good looking woman. Don't get yourself mixed up in any of it. You got married. If you want to see infidelity in front of your eyes, work at Amazon. If you want to see a brothel atmosphere, go and work at Amazon. That's where you see men that are unfaithful. Oh my god. Everyone cheats. If your man is at Amazon, he... I feel sorry for you, boy. I feel sorry for you if you are at home with your child and your man works at Amazon. 9 times out of 10 he's cheating, or he's going to cheat. Like, no one there has sense. Everyone there is cheating. Like, oh my god, you know how frustrated me and my friends used to get, thinking like, I used to think, oh, this man was amazing. Then I found out he's married, sleeping with this one here, sleeping with this one. This one's married but sleeping with this one. This one has a girlfriend but he's still sleeping with that one. That one's there fucking that one. She's fucking him but her husband's there. She's fucking the manager. That's why she got in that position. This one's having sex with this one. This one wants that one. This one, oh! It's like a maze for sex. It's just so... Oh my god. It's like people don't have a life outside, so they come there, they get ready, they wear their nice trainers, they wear their latest aftershave. Because they don't have a life outside, Amazon is their everything. So whatever they do it, everyone hears about it at Amazon. When you come to work, you hear, oh, you know, this one here, oh, and you're just like, oh my god. If I told you half the things that I knew that I definitely can't say, it's inhumane. But the way that they treat workers there, that's why I understand why people protest. The only reason, this is what frustrated me about working in this one. I just burst a spot on my thigh. When what annoyed me about working at the one that I was working at is because people aren't united. I definitely felt like we should have protested as well, because the treatment that you get is just unfair. They don't treat you like, oh, Sorry, I don't know why I still do that. I'm so used to having hair still. Even though I haven't had hair all these years, I still do the black top. I just don't know. Amazon is a big problem, boy. I would avoid it at all cost. At all cost. Leaving was probably the best thing that I ever did. The best decision I made this year was to leave. It's horrible. It's horrible. What goes on in that place? What goes on in that place, boy?